Residential Site Valuation and Cost Approach, page 72. Estimating costs new. There are several different ways of determining the cost of building an improvement on a site. Cost sources used for most residential cost development typically reflect both direct and indirect costs. All of the methods discussed here can be used to estimate the cost of a new structure. When using the cost approach for an existing structure, however, some methods are more appropriate than others. Before a specific cost method is chosen to price an existing structure, the appraiser must know whether the estimate is for replacing or reproducing the building. Remember, replacement of a structure is building the equivalent of the original building using modern materials, workmanship, design, and functional utility. Reproduction of a structure is building an exact replica of the original building. Reproduction cost also duplicates any negative aspects of the original structure. Costing services. Appraisers subscribe to costing services that provide estimated construction costs for numerous types of structures and other structural amenities. These services are offered in the form of an online service or as a published costing manual. These sources typically report costs for specific parts of a structure, useful for depreciation, as well as complete construction of various types of buildings. Some services publish books for different regions of the country, while other companies have multipliers to allow the cost figures to be adjusted for regional and or local differences in material and labor costs. Once the appraiser selects the appropriate method to use in the costing analysis, the subject improvements are matched with the costing service data for the most similar type of building features, and construction quality. This provides the appraiser an estimated cost in the appropriate unit, per square foot, construction component or element for that area. Although there are several resources for cost information, one of the most recognized is the Marshall & Swift costing service. Some sample pages from Marshall & Swift appear on the next two pages. The facing page shows cost factors for a roof. If the cost of a roof was being sought, then the individual cost factors for all of the relevant components for the style of roof would be added together. The cost per unit is then multiplied by the quantity needed, for instance, total square feet. Assuming that a national cost source is being used, a regional multiplier would be used to bring the cost in line with local material and labor costs. This commonly determined by the zip code of the project. On the facing page, you can see a sample page of local multipliers used by Marshall & Swift. The total is then multiplied by the multiplier to determine the cost new. Here is a simple example.